celebrate the Second Amendment. Many of you know that I am a candidate for Auditor of State, and that I served as a county auditor, and I'm proud to be endorsed by the Buckeye Firearms and the Ohio Gun Collectors. But today, I stand before you as a county prosecutor, and I want to talk to you as a prosecutor about a serious threat to liberty: serialized or encoded ammunition laws. Now, the idea has been around since the 1930s, and it's pretty simple. Put an identifying mark on ammunition every round, so that when a gun is used by a criminal, law enforcement can track where the ammo came from and supposedly find the criminal. This is not a new idea. 80 years ago, they wanted to use a little tape inside the cartridge to do that. Today, they want to use newer technology and put a microscopic imprint on it. But I'm here to tell you that it won't work. I'm a crime fighter. I'm concerned about being able to prosecute crimes of violence, including gun violence, but this will not work. And I'm here to tell you why, as a working prosecutor, and to equip you to engage in the debate that's surely coming to Ohio, just as it has already in more than a dozen state legislatures around the country. Just as guns are stolen and traded on the black market, serialized ammunition will be as well. But it wouldn't be just the serialized ammunition that would fuel a black market. Unserialized ammunition is available all over America, in fact, all over the world. There's still ammunition available, as virtually everybody here knows, still from World War II out there across the globe. What happens to that ammunition? Most of these proposed laws would require old, unserialized ammunition to be turned in or disposed of in some way. So let's think about this. Under this kind of a law, who would have the old, unserialized ammunition? Let's see. That's right. The unserialized ammunition is outlawed. Only outlaws will have unserialized ammunition. I think we've seen this movie before. Now, ammunition is not hard to manufacture. Offshore factories will still produce unserialized ammunition, and it will be smuggled into the United States. And again, only the criminals will have it. More troubling, these laws could create a black market in serialized brass. Most of us here know that it's not hard to reload ammunition. So I want to ask you a question. When you shoot, do you always pick up every last piece of brass? If it's serialized, you'd better, because that serial number is going right back to your front door. Let's think about a hypothetical case of Carl Collector. Carl shoots on Saturday mornings at the range up in Delaware State Park. He always picks up his brass, but sometimes it's an outdoor range, he can't find a round or two in the grass. Years go by. He does it every week in nice weather, and someday there's a murder in a city halfway across the state. A serialized casing is found, and it comes back to Carl Collector. The police are going to go see him, and they should. Happenstance would have it, Carl matches the description a witness gave of a man running away from the murder scene. White, medium build, in his mid-30s, with dark hair. Turns out that Carl doesn't remember where he was at the time of the murder 2 months ago, and now the police are suspicious. And the police don't know about the brass up in Delaware State Park. Now look, people who hold concealed carry licenses almost never commit crimes. Serialization just isn't going to solve a lot of crimes, but it will drive up the cost of ammunition and make it harder to get. For the Brady campaign, the next best thing to no guns at all would be guns with no ammo. And that's the agenda, to drive up the cost and drive down the availability of ammunition. It will not make a significant difference in crime or prosecution. Now, the various versions of this legislation include a provision to tax ammunition, supposedly to pay for the costs of administering the serial number database. But think about this. What other constitutional right can be taxed? Can you imagine the uproar from the news media if the government announced a tax on newsprint? Or how about a tax on criminal defense lawyers? I guess I'm all right with that. I'm kidding. How about a tax on churches? No, as the United States Supreme Court said in McCullough versus Maryland, the power to tax is the power to destroy. A tax on ammunition, however small it may begin, is the power to destroy the Second Amendment. This pernicious legislation is an attempt to react to the perceived danger of firearms. But you know what? All the rights in the Bill of Rights involve danger. Wars have started over words said in the exercise of free speech or because of religion. In the founders' own time, legislators tried to criminalize dangerous speech with the Alien and Sedition Act. Terrorists and criminals alike can huddle behind closed doors to pursue their criminal enterprises and enjoy the protections of the Fourth Amendment to be free from unreasonable searches and seizures. Why is the Fourth Amendment free from assault by the legislatures of this country, but the Second Amendment is not? Who can deny that the release of a guilty man into our society is dangerous? And yet, our Fifth Amendment right to remain silent is not the subject of legislative assault. The Sixth Amendment right to counsel is not only protected, we're required to pay for it. All these things and more are dangerous. They're protected by the Bill of Rights precisely because they can present danger. Danger to the elite and protected classes of government. Dangers that the founders foresaw that the government would try to take away. You see, it is liberty itself that is dangerous. Dangerous to those who seek to control. It is liberty that is dangerous to those who seek to dominate. Dangerous to those who seek power over the rest of us. A government that can tax and legislate away the Second Amendment can also take away your free speech, your freedom of religion, your right to worship, even your home. The Bill of Rights is the original contract with America. A covenant it's a covenant that there are liberties upon which the government may not trespass. Rights that, given to us by God, can never be taken away from free men and women. We stand here today to declare that what God has given, no man and no government can take away. My name is Dave Yost. Thank you very much.